I have a Mercedes here. I'm going to be doing the serpentine belt, pulley, alternator, and the water pump. So the way these have to be done is there's a mount over here. The mount needs to be loosened off and taken out, and the motor has to be dropped down a bit so I can access the bolts for the alternator to get the alternator out. And we'll show you some more as we go along. Remove the tire so you can gain access to the alternator. Alright. And we'll be back. Alright, there is the alternator out. And the way you do it, without having to drop the motor, there's a hose that runs from here to here. Remove it. Remove the bolts on the top. Okay. So that way this will pull forward. And you gotta jimmy it up in through here. Take these two vents out. Take your dipstick out because it's going to be in the way. Alright. This kind of slides down into here, goes over this direction, and then down into place. That way I could avoid taking the mount out and having to drop the motor down. If you were doing it that way, then you'd probably end up taking it out through that way, right? But this way was actually a little bit easier. So, anybody out there wanting to know, I'm going to install the other one and I will show you how to put it in. Just give me a second. So here I am pulling out the water pump. I've got the alternator out, the water pump out, coming out. I got 3 more bolts. The rest of the fluid is draining off. Really getting my elbow. So when you replace the water pump, it has to be torqued back in. And if I'm correct, I'll have to check, but I think it's not in foot pounds, it's in inch pounds. So I have to check out the torque ratio for the inch pounds for this. They're usually about 10 or 15. Nothing serious, just enough to snitch it down. Well, it's definitely a fucking problem. Okay. As you can see, there's the water pump is out. On the side here looks to be a oil reservoir comes through it. So, and all this crap, you don't want any of that getting into the motor. It's an aluminum motor, it'll destroy it. So I'm gonna sign off, because I have to get this joint out. There's a seal in here, and I have to gently pull this off, because I don't have this piece. I just have the pump. I'll come back in a minute.